just caught a fish. Probably a bad sign. All right, JH. We got moving water. Right down there, we have got moving water, no ice. I'm excited. No more talk, let's go. I know I'm wearing short sleeves, but last week it was literally in the negatives almost every single day. And right now it's 60 degrees outside. But I'm shocked that, I guess as long as the water's moving, it should be good to go, but let's go. Net ready. Got an ultralight rigged up with a spinner. I think we're gonna try this one first. This is a Bill Dance Quantum. Just got a little jig on here. See if that works. What the frick am I freaking pulling in right now, bro? It's like the third time. Lost something. Pulled across a very peculiar site right here. That is a dead bird. I think that's probably a bad sign. I'm guessing most would consider that a bad sign. I don't know if that's a crow or a raven or if that's the same bird or what. Sad though. I'm sorry, buddy. Yes. Oh, it's a carp. I don't care though. I just caught a fish. Let's go. That makes some good bait right there. Oh my gosh, I caught a fish. First fish of 2025. And it's a snagged carp. I don't care in the least. Let me get a net on this guy. But let's go. Boom. That'll make for some awesome bait. Some awesome bait. This one's curious though. It almost looks like either I just happened to snag him in the mouth or he ate it. I'm not sure which. But these are hard fighting fish though too, don't get me wrong. Hard fighters. Just do my job for me, thank you. Third one of the day. Well, I'm guessing it's another carp. It just goes to show how stacked up these fish are getting. That's a big one. These fish are getting so stacked up in here, which is exactly why they remove all these other fish out of the ecosystem. It's so sad. But it's not, we have to understand is it's not the fish's fault. It's humans' fault bringing these fish in here, knowing their reproductive rate is so high, knowing there's not too many fish like it in our... Can you shut the... Got a poor shad that has swam all the way up to this bank here. It was alive because it was moving, yeah. You can tell it's a shad by that black dot. It's not a carp. These are native, I believe. It's a cute fish, but it seems like it's not going to make it. Could be because of the carp, could be because of disease or whatever, but we'll just lay him back. I'll go back to the ecosystem one way or another. Fun fact about carp. Carp are like the slimiest fish you're ever going to see, especially these Asian carp. So it leaves like little like splooge on your freaking line. It's kind of disgusting, but just got to get it off real quick. Put a line back in there. It's actually funny because somebody came driving by here and it was why I decapitate the carp because that's the quickest way to kill him. Really get it done in a second. Because even though they're invasive, you know, I still want to kill it in a humane way. But I was walking down this trail with the head off the carp and a van came driving by and stopped and was just like watching me. It's probably a little freaked out. It was funny though. I just hooked what might be the biggest one of the day. Yeah. Loosen it a little bit because this is still 6-pound test, but this might be a big fish. I'll tighten it a little bit.
But I just want to highlight, so this is the problem. I am not fishing for carp. I'm not trying to snag these fish. This is the only area of open water that I can find. And I'm fishing with a Ned rig. I'm trying to see if there's any bass in here. I'm trying to fish slow for some bass. But the problem is there's literally just so many of these fish down here, as I catch my 5th one, I believe, that they're just so packed down there. I just snag them. And I mean, sure, it's fun to catch the fish, but when you realize purely how many of them are down there, it's just a crazy thought. Because if you fishing any amount of time, you realize that like every once in a while you might snag a fish, but you don't snag fish after fish after fish unless either it's overstocked or something, you know. Let's get a little panorama here for thumbnail reasons. Right there. Oh yeah, that's a good shot. For my first fish, well, that doesn't. They're my first 5 fishes of the year, but it's just sad, you know. A pond or a spillway that was so full of life is just really dead now, besides those fish. But at the end of the day, you got to realize too that it's just a fish. It's invasive, but it's not the fish's fault. It's our fault. Because a lot of people, you'll see carp along the bank that clearly people just toss it aside and let them just like die. They're basically, you know, suffocating them. Or you'll see people throw the carp around, or that's so inhumane. It's not the fish's fault that we did this, but yeah, I just hope you learned a couple of things about carp today, and I'll catch you on the next video.